Hello everybody, I'm Thomas and welcome to the 8th video of this series in which I'll be playing through the Hadrian's Wall solo campaign. Today I'll be reattempting fort number 4, Vindabala. The name Vindabala is translated as White Peak or White Walls. During its time, Vindabala was demolished and completely rebuilt multiple times. Fort rules, it reads, the granary, hotel, workshop, road, and all buildings on the right sheet require one additional stone resource to be built. Fort goals, I must get 65 victory points. For the challenge, if I manage to get 20 plus victory points and at least 2 attribute tracks, I'll get an additional builder and resource for the next challenge. But we're just gonna focus on right now. I don't get any for the last fort, so let's just get right into it. So first, see what resources I get. So there's my starting supplies. Actually, no resources from that, which is not great. I'm gonna put these off to the side. Then I need 2 rival cards over here. Can I fit those both right there? Perfect. And then I'm gonna give my cards a quick shuffle. Pick 2 of them to see what my quest card will be and what additional stuff I will get. So I have the option of completed wall section or large buildings. Large buildings would probably be the way to go because I'm going to be building a large granary and probably the gardens again at some point. I would try to do the temples, maybe the precincts, the large buildings. So yeah, I think I'm gonna probably go large buildings, but the wall section, it's a lot of resources, which yeah, I don't really have. So, and this will give me an extra builder and an extra resource to start with, which is pretty nice. So I'll just set this off to the side over there. And then because of the board, we get 1 extra resource and we're on our way with year 1. So just like last time, I went ahead and circled everything that has an additional resource cost just so I don't forget. I still might, but hopefully this will at least prevent that as much as possible. So starting out, I need to obviously focus on large buildings. I need to try to get as much resource production really as possible. So I'm gonna start out building the fort because that's just kind of an obvious thing. And then I will, do I want to build out the wall? I also need to do, so only put a soldier on the wall guard so I can fill in a cohort. I'll just go with the left one for now. And then I need to figure out my next plan. It would be nice if I had another soldier so I could get another cohort filled in, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I'll spend 2 servants to go up top. Do some mining and foresting because that'll get me some resource production, which is very much needed, and another resource, which is very nice. So I'll spend a resource on the wall to get me another civilian, and I need to figure out what I want to spend these civilians on. So I'm going to spend 1 civilian to go down this track to get me another builder, which I'll go ahead and just automatically spend on the wall, and spend this builder on the wall. Now I do have enough infrastructure level to build the small hotel, which is nice. I don't know if that's what I want to do though, because that would take up all my resources left. What else was I gonna do with them? So yeah, let me go ahead and build the hotel. So got that all taken care of. It will get me another civilian, which would be nice. I could do something with. I want to try to get, it's probably gonna have to be spend a civilian to go on the performers track, which gets me a builder. I'm gonna spend that builder on the training grounds. That'll get me some discipline. And yeah, the main reason I want to do that is then when I send this other soldier out on the wall guard, that will get me another sippy I can fill in. Go ahead and go with the right one. And yeah, now I just have 1 last civilian to spend. Not too many great options. Nothing that could get me anything. I mean, I could go down this bottom track, get a resource, put that in to the wall or sippy. I could get a servant, go do some mining and foresting, just bump up these tracks a bit. Just lots of options. I think I'm gonna go down the traders track because I want to focus that a bit. So I'll get a servant and then send that servant to do mining and foresting. And with that, year 1 is done. 1 pick will be attacking. Let's hope it's not center. It'll probably be center with my luck. Yup, there it is, of course. So I'm going to be taking a disdain. Get that out of here. And then we're on our way to the next year. So getting rid of the rival cards. go ahead and set those up. Get rid of my old card, and then I'll see what my starting supply is for this year. At least I actually got some resources this time, which is nice. So I'll put that up there. Then I need to get my card, see what my options are. So either the Vanguard for getting completed wall guard sections, or Ranger for scout columns. The scouts are nice. It's another resource, way to get resources. The wall guard, that's gonna be tough to complete, but I'm gonna do it because it's a bit easier to get points, partial points from that, I think. Could be completely wrong. This also gets me a soldier, which kind of in need of, so I think that works. And it's a pretty good shape for the scout column as well, or scouting area, I guess. Then I get stuff based on my board, which right now is 2 resource production. And I get a civilian because of my hotel. With that, we're on our way to year 2. So we spend 1 builder to build out the fort a little bit. At the very least, I'll do that to get me another civilian. And then what am I going to do with that civilian? That's a good question. Probably the trader's track, though I really want to go down the priest track. I could spend 3 civilians to do that. Get 2 servants, form them out for a 3rd civilian. Be at 4. I don't know. I don't know if that's the best option. But it seems like a decent one. And I want to go down the priest track a decent amount. So I could build a temple. I never really mess with temples too much. That could be a good way to prevent some early hits, or just hits in general from the picks. So sure, you know what? I'll do that idea. I'll spend all 3 of my civilians to go down the priest track. The priest track, that would give me 2 servants, and I'm gonna go ahead and swap them out in the form. So it's year number 2, and to get another civilian, and then use that civilian on the priest track to go up, get some piety. That puts me at 4. It is going to cost me 2 resources to build that small gardens, but I want to do it anyway, so I think it's something that it really is, the earlier the better. We'll see. So small gardens is built, so I get more piety. Then I go up the trader's track, which is the one I really want to go up. The performance track, which I guess is nice. And the last is another priest track, so I get another servant, which is fine. So I'll cross that small gardens out. Sweet, we're on our way. This point, I have a couple servants. I can't really do mining and foresting, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I already used a form, so I can't do that. But at the very least, I'll spend 1 servant to go mining and foresting, just to get that kind of maxed out to where I can without building the medium granary. This might be a bad idea, because I know I need to focus on the wall guard, but what I really need is another builder. So I'm going to spend these 2 soldiers to build out the fort, which will get me a civilian. And then I'm going to spend that civilian on the trader's track to get me a builder. I'll send this builder out on the wall guard. Doesn't do anything, but at this point, I'm kind of at a loss at what I can do. I'm just going to spend this resource on the wall. Not really going to do anything. And then I have these 2 servants, which I can't do anything with. If I could do another form, I would have been able to do something. If I could have built the temple, could have done something. If I could have built the medium granary, could have sent them out mining and foresting, but that's the way it goes, I guess. So end of year 2, 2 picks will be attacking. Let's see how this goes. I didn't add, I don't think, anything to my garrison since year 1. I called it a garrison again, my cohort. So I still have just 1 and 1. This might not be good. We'll see. I have right and center. So I blocked 1, getting hit for 1. I'll still get some valor. Not great. Not great, but I don't know. These dang picks, man, they're a bit tricky. So let me put that up here. We'll get rid of the rival cards and my old card. Get 2 new rival cards. Kind of messed up the board there. Which I'll probably never use these cards, but whatever. See what my initial supply is here. Not bad, not bad. Then I need to grab my card. I guess my 2 cards. So I'm either going to have this card for resource production or filled temples. The filled temples, I don't think there's any way I could get that, especially in this game when it costs so much more resources to build. I mean, I might be able to build one, but even then, I'd much rather go for resource production. So I will take that and get an extra 2 servants from this card. Then on my board, I get 2 resource production and a civilian for my hotel. We're on our way with year 3. I mean, I think one of the first things I want to do is probably build the medium granary. That's a year 3 kind of thing for me. And plus I have a lot of servants. I need to use them for something. They're very helpful for building stuff. I mean, at this point, I also want to build the small precinct. So maybe I should do that first before I start. So that's going to cost a civilian, a servant, and a resource to build the small precinct. And that will get me some piety, which gets me a servant back. Gets me a resource production and a resource. Sweet. So then I think I do want to build the medium granary. I definitely can. I have everything I need. So a builder, a servant, and 2 resources. Medium granary is built. I could use some of these servants to maybe build a road. Maybe that's what I'll do. I haven't hit the infrastructure level yet, but that's maybe something I could do this year. If not, next year is the last year I'd want to maybe do it, because then I feel like I'm losing out. But it's an option, I guess. But now that I have a lot of servants, I could put at least 1 in here to do mining and foresting, bumping up the resource production, and getting me a resource. So I will send these 2 soldiers out onto the wall guard. Gets me a bit of discipline. And another cohort I can fill in, which I'm definitely going for the center, even though that's been hit the most, but whatever. Okay, well, I'd be dumb to not do something like spend a civilian on this bottom track to get me a resource. Spend that resource on the wall to get me a civilian back. Very nice little loop going there. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with my last resource. I mean, ideally, I think I maybe want to get a builder somehow and maybe build something, but then what do I build? I mean, the baths I'd like to build at some point, especially if I want to focus on getting my disdain down. The large gardens I would like to build. I do have a large buildings, and plus that's just a good one to build. The precinct is probably the other large building, so I do want to focus mainly on the traders, the priests, and kind of this track. I always kind of ignore these other 2. What's new, but I think that's the route I'm going to go. Baths I'm not super worried about. I think I should focus more on maybe actually just getting some more cohorts up instead of building the baths right now, and then I'll try to swing back to that. Maybe that'll be next year. I'll try to maybe get the gardens and precincts up a little bit closer, and then focus on getting the baths and the courthouse built next year. The courthouse is when I need to build next year to start getting uses out of, so maybe I'll actually build that before the baths. I don't know. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to build the large gardens this year, so I think I'm going to focus on this track. So I'm going to spend both civilians down there. And that will get me a soldier, which I'll spend on the fort, which will get me some discipline. The discipline will get me a builder. And then I think I'll just go ahead, well, let me see what I want to do. So like taking a resource, spending it on the wall. That'll get me a bit of renown. And I can fill in a cohort. I'll go with the left one, because that one has not been hit, I don't think at all, if I have my cards kind of sorted right. And then I will spend a builder just to build out the fort a bit more, get me another civilian to do something with. Spend a resource here on the wall, once again, to get another civilian to do something with. I'll spend both of these servants on doing some mining and foresting up here. And then I'll spend 1 civilian to go down the performers track so I can get a servant and have the servant do mining and foresting, bump up resource production and get me another resource. And then spend this resource, I guess, just on the wall. It's not going to really get me anything right now, but that's okay. And I think the last one, I will put this, I guess, into the priest track. That'll get me a bit more piety. Did I not put away this resource? I think I shouldn't have this resource. I think I already spent that on the wall because I was thinking in my head I shouldn't have been able to get to that garrison cohort. Should just rename these to garrison on my my sheet because I call them that enough. But I think that's gonna be it for this round. So end of year 3, we're gonna have 4 picks attacking. Let's see how this goes. We got center, not great, right? What, maybe left? Nope, center again. There's so many centers. It's frustrating. So I am gonna be taking 2 disdain. That's bad. I need to build the baths maybe next year then. Why are there so many? There's so many cards have been centers so far this game. Not a single card, and I've shuffled these good. Not a single card has been left so far. And you're gonna see right now, I'm gonna shuffle these for a hot second, but I don't know what's going on. I mean, I always kind of sort them out off screen, so I know like what the probability is of stuff coming like left, right, and center. And I always give them a really, what I think is a good shuffle before every game, but maybe I guess it wasn't good enough because, yeah, I've not drawn a single left card yet. But that's just how it goes. You know, I guess sometimes it just can't happen that doesn't happen, but whatever. So rival cards are gone. Get 2 new rival cards down here that I'll just most likely not use, and see what cards coming for my supply. So there we go. There's my supplies for this year. Pretty nice balance, I would say. And we see what I always grab 3. I see what my 2 cards are. So either Final Disdain or Collected Goods. I'm not a fan of Collected Goods, so I'm definitely not doing that one. And Final Disdain is usually one I like to shoot for anyway. I'm doing pretty rough right now. I didn't mark down my last 2 Disdain. Currently sitting at 4. That's bad. I need to get the baths going soon. I need to probably build a small temple to prevent more of this. Focus more on building more cohorts, I guess. But like, I don't know where I'm gonna get some from. So from this, I get civilian and resource. I not get myself too distracted here before getting this all taken care of. And then finally stuff for my board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resources. And then a civilian from my hotel. We're on our way. Okay, I need to build the baths. I think that's what I'm gonna do straight off the rip. Especially because now I have the quest up here for Final Disdain, I really do need to make that a bit more of a priority of getting my Disdain away now and then trying to get some more cohorts filled in before next time. So the baths is going to cost me 3 resources, 2 servants, and a builder to build. Wow, that's expensive. Gets me a bit of renown for building it, which I guess is something. And then I need to probably, I'll spend 2 resources right off the bat just to go ahead and start filling in this. So 4 to 4, that fills in 2 out of the 4 disdain I have. So that's a start for now. You know, I'll maybe deal with more of it later. The disdain, I can have up to 2 and only still have the middle one, but obviously I'd like to have none. But if push comes to shove, I'll try to shoot for not having more than 2, and we'll go from there. So from there, I do want to, I'll spend a resource on the wall just because it gets me some cohort thing I can fill in, which I guess I should just keep putting it in centers because that's what keeps getting bombarded. So, okay. Wow, now I need okay. No, I'm still going to be, I'm just looking around. Okay. So civilian on the priest track, because I was going to say, I need a servant. Boom, got a servant. And now I'm level 7, but then the thought was, if I want to build a large garden, I'm still a resource short, but then I could put both of these civilians down the trader's track, which I want to go anyway at some point, and that gets me another resource. And with that, I have a servant, a builder, 3 resources, so I can get rid of all those and build the large gardens. This could be nice. So first, I get some piety. Then I go up the trader's track. That gets me to level 6, so I can build the medium precinct whenever. Up the performer's track, which doesn't get me anything. Priest track, which gets me more piety, which does get me a servant back. Then this track down here, which gets me some discipline, which just doesn't get me anything. And then this final bottom track. And that's going to be the large gardens and the first large building I think I've built. So it's good. It's good. I just need to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my stuff. I don't really have too many options, I don't think. Okay, I see an interesting option. So I'll spend this soldier to do a bit of scouting. Cross that off. I'm going to use mine because I don't want to pay for the using the other rivals. I'll put it up top, which will get me a resource and a servant. That's pretty nice because the 2 servants I can spend on a form now, but the resource I can spend on my wall, which gets me some renown, which gets me a civilian, which then I could do a lot with. I could put it there, get a builder, here a soldier, here a servant, here a builder, here a soldier. So all of these are lined up where I can put it in any track and I'll get at least another civilian, or no, like another person back, I guess. I just realized I think I made a small mistake earlier when I used the bathhouse twice. You have to be level 4 to use it the second time. I don't think I was earlier when I used it, but I am now. It doesn't really make too much of a difference because it only really comes to play, you know, with marking off disdain, but just something I caught. Okay, this might seem like an odd decision, but I'm gonna spend that to go down this track to get a builder, spend the builder to send them out on the training grounds, send them out to the wall guard, and that will just be that. And then I will spend both of these servants to do a form. What year is it? Year 4. Spend them to get a civilian. And then what am I gonna do with this civilian? Probably go down the... I want to get a soldier. So either the performers or the patricians. The patricians is a bit more useful because I like it for scouting. So I will go down the patricians, get a soldier, and throw them onto the wall guard to get my discipline going a bit more. And mainly because wall guard, that's one of my quests up here. So it's a good thing to focus on. And yeah, with that out of the way, we're done with year 4. So we'll have to see 6 picks are going to be attacking. So I still don't have the temple built, so I don't have any extra protection. So I just have 2, 2, and 1. 6 are attacking, so 1 is going to get through even if they hit perfectly, which is a really bad scenario to be in. I don't know why I'm so behind in cohorts this game, but I was trying to focus on that with the last move of trying to get more, but we'll see. If they hit perfectly, I'll still take 1 disdain. Center. Right. Center. Left. So far, so good. Left. They hit perfect. That's awesome. And another left. So I'm going to take 1 disdain. I will still get 2 valor, which is enough to get me a soldier for the next round. Finally, some cards that are actually hitting left. That's a surprise. But yeah, that's on me. I mean, 6 were going to be attacking, and I only had 5. So I got really lucky that I had the best case scenario and only lost 1. Or only took 1 disdain. So could have been worse, but could have been better also, for sure. So I'm going to get my 2 rival cards out and see what supplies I'm getting. Decent spread of supply. That's another left card. And let me see what 2 I will be choosing from for this round. So I have completed citizen tracks or constructed landmarks. I feel like this is almost a no-brainer. I am not doing constructed landmarks. That is a very tough task to complete. I mean, even to get 2 points for it, you have to build 2 constructed landmarks, which means you have to get to at least 15 on 2 of these tracks, and then have 2 resources, 4 resources. No way I'm doing that. So yeah, completed citizen track I'm already kind of trying to do anyway, so makes sense. So I got the 2 extra from there. Then I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from my board. That's a nice supply of resources. I get a civilian from my hotel. We're on our way with year number 5. Hopefully I can use these resources to actually help out my cohorts a bit. I actually think I might go ahead and just straight off the bat spend 3 on my Sippy, which I have not done all game, and start building that out at least a little bit so I can start getting the benefit of that. Put 1 on the right, and now at least we have 2, 2, and 2. At the end of this year, 8 are going to be attacking, so ideally I should have maybe 3, 3, and 3. That would be cool. I guess I can go ahead and really put a soldier from there onto the wall guard, and I will go ahead and send them left, I guess. It doesn't matter too much. That will get me a bit of discipline, which does get me another builder, which is nice. Now I have 4 builders. That's a lot to work with, which is nice. Don't think this is going to be a game for the courthouse. I had to focus a little bit more on the baths, and I just don't think that's going to be a thing I'm going to get to, unfortunately. I think I'm going to try to... it seems kind of unrealistic at this point to try to get my disdain all the way down, so I think, like I said, I'm going to try to keep it at 2, and then just hope for the middle portion of that, and then try not to just sweat the rest. So I do have enough levels, so I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 at the bathhouse this year to get that. And that moves me back down to 2 disdain. So I'm sitting at a pretty good spot. Not the best. Could be better, but it's not the worst, I guess. So yeah, now I need to figure out what I want to build. I think I'm going to build the medium precinct. I really want to get my resource production a bit higher, at least by 1. So that's, yeah, 2 civilians, a servant, and a resource to bump up my discipline. What else? Resource production. So that's at a good spot. And then I get a resource back, which is super nice. At this point, I think I need to build out the fort a decent amount more. So let me go ahead and just throw 2 down there. And with that, I will get a civilian back. Now level 4, so I could build a road. I think at this point it's too late in the game for that, so I'm not even going to really attempt, I don't think, any roads or workshops. Workshops are just too expensive because they cost 3 and 4 resources on their own, so with the extra, that's 4 and 5. Not happening. Spend a resource on the wall to get a civilian there. Whoops. And another resource up here on the Sippy to get another civilian, so I'm back to 3, which is a lot to work with. I like that. Okay, in an attempt to try to keep my disdain down, I'm going to send a civilian on the priest track to get a servant, and I'm going to spend that servant along with a builder and the last of my resources to get my first small temple built. That'll get me a bit of piety for building it. And I can put someone there. I guess I'll probably send one of my civilians. I really don't want to, but I will. So that what fills in the temple, gets me a bit more piety. And then I get, I forget what these are called, the little defense for the garrison. Be super handy, just in case, but yeah. I will spend a builder on the fort. Can I get a resource from somewhere? I don't think I can. I can. Okay. So I will spend my civilian on the patrician's track. Puts me up to level 4 there, and then I can spend my soldier to do some scouting. I have my, I'm gonna use mine, which is like the 4. I'll go up and down here. Why not? That gets me 2 resources. And then I can spend both of those on the wall. So the first one doesn't do anything. The second one gets me a bit of renown, and then I can fill in another cohort. I'll go with the right, I guess. That gets me a bit more discipline, which doesn't do anything right now, but that's okay. And we're at the end of year 5. 8 picks are gonna be attacking. So this time at least I'm a little bit better in my cohort situation. I have 8, so if they hit perfectly, I'll be all right. I do have the extra bonus for my temple, so if one breaks through, I can negate that, but we'll see. There might be more than one. So we got right, okay, left, all right, left, okay. This is not terrible. This is all right. This is looking good. Center, right, and they just need to hit center again. Not a single one broke through. They hit perfectly. Thank you. These picks are finally giving me a gosh dang rest. A little bit of a break, which is nice. So I appreciate that picks. Maybe that'll be the thing that helps me beat this fort finally. Who knows? So we get rid of these cards, and we're going to be kind of on our way into the final year. 2 new rival cards down here. And get my supply card. All right, so I got my initial supplies there. Now I just need to see what my final card is. So either gladiator strength or cohorts. Definitely going for cohorts because I have not focused on gladiators at all, and that gives me a bit extra resources, which is nice. My board, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 resources. Bam. And then an extra civilian for my hotel, and we're on our way with the final year. Let's see if I can actually beat this fort. I think a couple things. It's just I really need to focus on my quest cards up here, my path cards, sorry. I luckily have a lot of resources going in this last round, which will help a lot, I think. So I think first things first, I'm going to spend 3 resources, a servant, and a builder to build the large granary. Because I'll probably have to do it at some point. I need another large building, and let's just, get it out of the way right off the bat. I don't think I'm going to invest any more in my baths. I think 2 disdain is where I'm going to stay. So I want to focus on pretty much everything else. Completed cohorts. probably not going to be able to complete 8 cohorts. We'll see. Citizen tracks, I got 1 done. I might be able to get 2 more to try to get. It's either I need to get 2 at the very least to get some points for that. Resource production, I'm already at the middle point. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the top one. Because to get to that, you need to fill up this entirely and to get the last precinct. So that's not going to happen. I could try to at least get 1 more wall guard section. I got 2 large buildings. I don't think I'm going to be able to get another 2. That's a pretty tough ask. Maybe I could build the large precinct, but maybe the large hotel. I could. The large hotel might be my best bet, but then I would still have to build another large building. I don't know where I'm going to get more points from. I think mainly just focusing on the citizen track and to try to boost the attribute tracks down here. So let me just do some little crazy. I'm going to spend all 3 of my civilians on the traders track, because that will get me a builder. That will boost my renown a little bit, which will get me a civilian back. And then finally, it'll get me a resource to work with. Let me see if I can get 2 more civilians. I could use a form to get 1. So if I can get another civilian, which I can with the builder. I mean, I could just place a builder here. And there's my other civilian. Now, is there a way I could build out 1 more and then I'd need 2 more resources? I could do that. You know, place a builder on the fort there and then spend 2 resources to get that and that built, which gives me the citizens and servants I need. Let's just do it. 3 civilians, a servant, and a resource to build the large precinct. Gets me some renown, a bit more resource production, and a resource. So that means I really need to try to build 1 more large building if possible. I don't know if that's going to be possible because I need another builder. And right now, I don't see how that's going to happen. I guess, I can get some discipline from the cohorts. So let me do that. Let me spend 1 resource on my Sippy. I'll put it in the middle cohort, which will get me some discipline, which will get me a builder. And now I'm sitting pretty good, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to do my original plan. Build a large hotel. I can do that, right? I'm at 6, yeah. Cost me 3 resources. I don't know if that's the smartest move. I'm not going to get anything from it besides renown and a civilian. And then it's like, well, now what, right? I could spend... I mean, I can't spend the soldier out on the fort. That'll get me a bit more discipline, and I can fill in another cohort up here. I guess I'll just keep going with the left one. I can spend the civilian down here on this track to get me another resource, which I can spend on the wall, fill in another cohort. I'll go with I guess the middle one, since I can't even fill one in at this point. And that's the end of year 6. 10 picks are going to be attacking. I don't feel great about this. So currently I'm sitting at, what is this? 4, 4, and 3. Let's see how this goes. I still do have the extra block from the temple, so I can use that and hopefully not take any disdain. So we got right, left, center, left, right. Okay, I don't want to see any more. Okay, well, right. So left, left. So we're maxed out on left. Okay, I'm gonna have to take that one with the temple. That one's okay, and that one's okay. So yeah, with the temple, taking this one, we're good. No disdain. So that's awesome for the quest goals, for me not taking more disdain, and because I get all 4 points up here from the, what's it called? I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4. And with that out of the way, we could just kind of see what the total is down here. So I got 8 points for my renown, 8 points for my piety, which is pretty pitiful, 7 for my valor, which seems abysmal, and 10 for my discipline. Let me add up my path cards up here real quick. 6, 7, 8. So I think I only got 8 for my path cards, which is awful. That's just so bad, because I should be able to get, I think max is 15, because there's max is 18 points is what you can get from those. So 8 is just real bad. And then disdain, I have 2 disdains, so I'm going to be taking -3 points. So let's see what I got. All right, so 8 plus 8 plus 7 plus 10 plus a minus 3, 38. I think that is an all-time low for this. I've played this a couple of times. That's another loss. I needed 65. I must have made a mistake somewhere. Let me know in the comments if I made, I mean, maybe I didn't. Maybe I just suck. But I played this at least twice since last time. I didn't get 65 either time. I got close. I think the one time I did get in the 50s. But I didn't even get in the 60s. I need 65 plus to get past this fort. So I am going to have to just keep trying this again and again. Let me know in the comments, like I said, if I made a mistake anywhere or if you have some advice for this fort, because I don't know if there's some certain strategy I need to just be gunning for, something I need to be ignoring. I don't know, but 38's pretty abysmal. That's almost half of what I needed. That's, I mean, a little bit more, but still not good. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. I'll be back next time doing this fort again, so subscribe if you want to see that. And if you want to see one of my recent videos, check up there in the top right corner of the screen.